Welcome to Comic Station, issue number 74 for May 28th, 2014. We're going to start off pure comics this week. First one we're going to have is Brass Sun. This is from 2000 AD, Judge Dredd area, but the title basically says it, from the Eisner-nominated anthology, 2000 AD. Nice tie-in with the publisher name. Basically, that's essentially it. This takes that short story and makes it into a more continuing series, I guess, and the artwork is really nice, but it's definitely something that is more artistically inclined.
I understand.
It's really nice, it's really clean, it's obviously hand-drawn, so that has the appeal to that as well. So, personally, nothing really stood out, but people that are artistically inclined will see things that they like in that.
I understand.
It's a little bit more religiously overtoned. It's really interesting how the religion in the world, what they're putting it up to. Everything is about the cog and worship the cog.
I got you.
So,
would you say it was Eisner Award worthy?
Yeah, obviously it's Eisner-nominated anthology.
Oh, there we go. Eisner-nominated.
So yeah, it is really good. It's really cute. I'm interested. The artwork's really good. I'm interested to see where it goes, and the religious overtones might
turn people off a little?
Yeah, definitely. It might turn some people off, but otherwise, it definitely adds an extra layer to it.
There you go. Well, from good artwork and a new beginning to bad artwork and an ending. Looking at, I'm sorry, this is some of the worst artwork I've seen. But this is Nightwing number 30, the last issue of this run. We're doing it, even though it's not a new release, it's actually more of a Grayson number 0. If you're looking for a big finale to the many plot lines of the Nightwing book, you're not going to find it here. This is more directly tied into the end of Forever Evil number 7. No spoilers for that, but he didn't die. Most of the book is just Batman and Nightwing punching each other, and then at the end, Batman...
I like that.
Yeah, it's just that. Punching each other and destroying the Batcave as they fight.
Okay.
And as Batman insults Nightwing, calling him less of a man because he almost died in Forever Evil. And then after they finish beating each other to pulps, Batman says to Alfred, "It's okay, Alfred. I fixed it. I fixed him." I think that sort of speaks for itself.
Yeah, kind of going out with a whimper.
Yeah, it is very much so.
The next one we have is from Action Labs. This is a very small publisher. I've actually liked some of the interesting things they're doing with it.
Nice.
They have some cool titles that we've shown before. This one is Dry Spell, and this is essentially, it's a normal world, but superheroes are in it. And this is centering around one guy who's an office worker. He's kind of dull. His life is not working out very well. And you find out at one point or another that, and this isn't really spoiler, this is, you find it out not even a third into it.
Yeah.
He's retired superhero. Somebody finds out his identity. They're not outing him or anything, but they're definitely messing with his mind a little bit, being friends with him, yet kind of pushing him to either maybe come back or just mess with him a little bit.
Sort of very manipulative, sort of a frenemy kind of thing.
Yeah, and
it sounds actually very Hannibal.
Yeah, the artwork is good. The Hannibal is actually kind of ties in pretty well with that because it is very. It has a darker overtone. At one point, he's talking to somebody else, and you see little, like 1, 2, 3 word little, not thought bubbles, but little like
caption boxes.
Not even. It's just like written in the shadow.
Oh, okay.
As his thoughts, and they are dark thoughts. So you're definitely gonna see. The inclination I'm getting right now is at some point he's going to snap.
Oh, okay.
And I'm actually looking forward to that. Now, if they veer off of that very far prediction of mine right now, if they veer off of that, that's fine. But the fact that the prediction I have right now is he's going to snap, I like that.
Yeah.
So.
Now we have from Boom Studios, Nightbreed number 1.
This looks interesting.
Now, some of you might know Nightbreed, probably not, from the Clive Barker novel and movie. I'm a big fan of those going in, so keep that in mind. I really liked it. I will say, though, that I like Nightbreed, but I admit it's deeply flawed. But this is the best thing that I've seen even relating to it lately.
Okay.
It's not really connected to the original premise of Nightbreed in much of a way, beyond just dealing with elements of the universe. The idea that monsters exist in our world and have a secret city called Midian. Although instead of taking your standard monsters like zombies, Frankenstein's, werewolves, they're weird, hideous creatures created by Clive Barker, the man who brought us people like Pinhead or the Candyman.
I love Hellraiser.
Yeah, exactly. And this one takes that story concept and sets it in the 1800s.
Okay. Now I do have to ask, because the cover is really cool, does the artwork follow the cover, or is it one of those like switch and baits?
Not quite as strong as the cover, but still very good artwork. Okay. I liked it well, and it does better than the last horror movie kind of comic that I reviewed last week. It's you can see what's going on, but the monsters still look great, and it feels great as well. It examines a lot of the elements of the concept in a really nice way.
Cool. Going into starting our little Marvel section here. Annual Thanos, really very 1,000-point view. It's just catching people up. At one point he had the Cosmic Cube, at one point he had the Infinity Gauntlet. He is literally showing himself what has happened since those events.
Yeah.
In some weird mind time whatever, and it's really just a catch up. People that don't know anything about Thanos, here he is, this is what he's done, this is what he's gonna do, and so that they can start off fresh.
So you can all get ready for the new Avengers movie or whatever.
Essentially.
Speaking of something that's meant to catch you up, I've got Guardians of the Galaxy, the movie Prelude comic.
Now the movie I'm looking forward to.
I am looking forward to the movie, although this is actually a very poor Prelude comic, as it gives you no real insight into those characters. And
but does it have Rocket Raccoon?
It does! It's the Rocket Raccoon and Groot story. That's all it is.
That's all I want.
Yeah, because apparently that's all we're selling it on now.
That's all they need.
Space Raccoon. It's a decent Raccoon story.
Don't get me wrong, the trailer was really cool.
Yeah.
But they definitely are selling it on Rocket Raccoon.
You can tell the Marvel is pushing that raccoon hard. Like, aside from Star-Lord, he's the only one to get as much merchandise as him. But it's a decent Rocket Raccoon and Groot story. I mean, it's kind of your very basic space scoundrel tale. Like, I could easily see you replacing the two characters with Han Solo and Chewbacca and getting a similar result. But
pretty much.
If you like that, you like it, and I can recommend it on that grounds. But if you're someone who's new to these characters in the world in general, it's not a great place to start out.
Not a good introduction.
You could do better.
Okay. Now, do you think that maybe the reason they're centering so much on Rocket Raccoon is because Disney bought Marvel and Disney's all like, let's make the rodent the star?
I think that's possible. I mean, you can't really rule anything out.
Yeah. But speaking of the Marvel movies, you were mentioning something
I mentioned
earlier.
that this wasn't a good weekend to be Marvel Studios, as Edgar Wright, the guy who pushed for an Ant-Man film, is now
looking forward to that, too.
Yeah, he's left Ant-Man over meddling with the script, saying it made it more homogenized and less of his own vision.
That sounds Disney.
Which is sadly in tune with a lot of what we've heard about Marvel recently.
That's the rumor, is that Disney is the one that's kind of pushing them to go a little bit more mainstream.
Which is sort of bizarre.
Rumor.
Yeah. This is, like, him leaving is official, the reason is still in the realm of rumor.
Conjecture, so everyone, go wild.
Yeah, exactly. Like, for all we know, it's because they wanted him to mate with cave women.
I like that one.
Yeah. And at the same time, Drew Goddard, who is most well known for Cabin in the Woods, has left as showrunner of Daredevil. Well, though that hers over scheduling to work more on Sinister Six for Sony.
Okay, well that one's a little more understandable.
Yeah.
So I'm actually looking forward to all the Netflix shorts they're going to do. It's going to be great.
I'm hoping that they get Terry Crews as Luke Cage.
Nice.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. Well, like I said, very Comic Central here. We did a little bit of movies
there.
But this has been Comic Station issue number 74. Thank you very much. We're going to keep things rolling and moving, but let us know how we're doing. Do you want us to do anything in particular that we may have skipped over this week? Any comments that we missed this week?
Leave us a message in the comments and tell us if there's anything else you want us to cover.
Yeah, comments are always welcome. We always love to read them.
And don't forget, I'll have more reviews of various number ones like Trees and Cowl up online on Front Towards Gamer.
FrontTowardsGamer.com. Bunch of reviews going up all the time. All right, thank you very much. Comic Station issue number 74, and we will see you next week.